Hello, Matilda. Are you there? I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming to my birthday party yesterday. And thank you so much for helping with the cooking as well. The steaks that you brought were the star of the show.
Hello, Debbie! I'm really happy that you enjoyed them. The pleasure was all mine.
By the way, there was actually something that I wanted to talk to you about that I wasn't able to mention yesterday. I was just wondering if there have been any developments on the kid front?
The kid front? You mean you're curious when your son and I are going to have kids?
Well, I know that this isn't the first time we've talked about this subject, and you know how badly I want to have grandkids so soon as possible.
I know. And I thought that we agreed on the other times that we've talked about this was that it was going to be a decision between Max and I, right?
You really think that excuse is still going to work on me? You and my son have been married for 3 whole years already, and soon it's going to be a 4th. I want my grandchildren, and I want them now, young lady.
Well, we are trying our best, Debbie.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Are you getting some kind of fertility treatment done, or something like that? Don't tell me that you went to a doctor and they told you that you couldn't even have kids.
No, it's nothing like that at all, thank you very much.
Well, then you must not be trying very hard, since there are still no grandkids that I have. Maybe you should go see a doctor and have them take a look at you. Because at this point, Max's younger brother is going to be giving me grandkids before you do. After all, his wife is still young, and it's much more likely to work out. Although I have to say that this whole situation just makes me ashamed of my eldest son.
I really don't think that a baby should be something that is rushed or just done to fulfill a sense of obligation. Wouldn't you prefer that Max and I have a child on our own terms?
At this rate, Max isn't even going to take over his father's company, even though he's the eldest child.
Sorry, what do you mean by that? Was Max even supposed to take over your husband's company? Because he's already not working for the family business anymore. He works for another company right now.
I know that he's working for a different company now, but I'm still going to have him take over the company when his father retires. If I'm being honest with you, Max's little brother John really isn't the brightest when it comes to business stuff. Not to mention that he's even living at home with me since he's been having money problems, but I won't hesitate to give him the job over Max.
Well, I really don't know how else to tell you this, but I don't really think that Max even wants his dad's job, so...
What are you talking about? That can't be right at all. This is his family's legacy, Max's birthright. Of course he wants to take over the family business.
Well, I heard that you and him already talked about this and that he said he didn't want it.
I know, but the last time we talked about this, Max was still too young to really understand. I'm just sure of it that he's come around and would love to run the family business. He just needed a bit more time to mature and see things my way.
I'm really not so sure about that, Debbie.
Well, thankfully, this is something that really doesn't involve you anyways. So how about you just worry about making me my grandchildren? And tell Max that he needs to be a good eldest son for his family. If you don't do this, well, let's just say that there are plenty of pretty young women who would love to be married to a man like my son. So if you don't want him to leave you, I recommend showing some initiative.
Debbie, you can't honestly think that you have the power to make Max and I get a divorce, right?
You really have no idea just where you stand, do you? I am sick and tired of arguing. Just give me babies now. Honestly, you should just quit your job and focus entirely on trying to become a mother for my future grandchildren. You are going to get pregnant by the end of the year, or else. And if you can't, then you can go ahead and kiss your marriage to Max goodbye. Hello there, Matilda. I just wanted to let you know that John's wife Rachel is pregnant.
Oh, really? Well, that's great news. I should call and congratulate her.
Not only that, but she already knows that it's going to be a girl.
Oh, I see. Well, that's amazing. I bet she must be so excited to have a beautiful baby daughter on the way.
Are you being serious right now? Don't you realize this means she's going to beat you?
You mean she's going to have a child before I do? I don't really care about that at all.
You mean you really think that this is a good thing? This isn't a good thing at all. Besides, what am I supposed to do with a useless granddaughter, huh? All this proves is that Rachel is a horrible wife and an even worse daughter-in-law.
I'm sorry, but how does having a daughter make her any of those things at all? I really think that you need to get out of this antiquated mindset when it comes to family legacies and inheritance.
You mean that you think it's fine if my husband's company was taken over by a woman?
I think that your husband's company should be taken over by whoever is most qualified for the position, man or woman.
Oh, I see what's going on here. I suppose I should have expected as much from a lowly office grunt like you. You're just incapable of understanding how things work on this high of a level. And more importantly, are you pregnant yet?
Nope, I am still not pregnant, thank you for asking.
You really must think that you're going to be young forever or something like that, huh? Don't you realize that you're already in your 30s? You need to think about having children now before it's too late.
Thank you for your concern, Debbie. I will be sure to put some thought into that.
I really don't think that you will, though. I mean, if you did, then you would already be pregnant by now. I want you to go to a doctor next week. Make an appointment right now.
And just why would I need to go to the doctor's?
Well, because I heard from a friend that she was able to get treatment for her fertility issues by seeing a doctor about them. So I think that you should go and figure out what's wrong with you.
Actually, there was something that I wanted to talk to you about all of this pregnancy business.
Oh, really? Well, what is it?
I just think you should know that I talked to Max about this too. He told me that if you said anything about me being pregnant again, that I should tell this to you. And the truth is that we're already seeking medical help for fertility issues.
I knew it. I knew that you couldn't have children.
Well, not quite. You see, the doctors found that I wasn't the one with the issue. It was actually Max.
Wait a second. You're telling me that Max is the one with trouble getting you pregnant?
It appears that way. Now, I don't really know the medical explanation for all of it. For that, you would have to call Max and talk to him yourself. I'm sure that he'd be able to explain things to you better than I could.
This can't be, right? I don't believe it. You're telling me that there's something wrong with my son's... the swimmers?
Again, I really am not the right person to be asking these questions to.
No, I don't believe it. You're lying to me. You have to be. I know that my son is the poster child of good health. He's hardly ever been sick, even when he was little.
Well, I am not lying to you. I'm just telling you what he has passed along to me.
I don't believe it. I have to go and talk to Max right now.
Yeah, I think that would be better than this. But anyways, that's why I didn't think you were going to be able to split us up for not having any kids together. And I'll never leave my husband just because of his condition. I promise you that.
That isn't why I want to go and talk to him. I want to talk to him because if I find out that you're lying to me, then I really will make him leave you. If it's really you who can't have kids, then I'm going to make you pay for lying to me like that. Hey there, Matilda. Is now a good time to message you?
Oh, hey, Rachel. It's been a long time, no? Also, I heard that you were pregnant. So let me just say congratulations on that. If there's anything you need help with or anything I can do for you, just let me know.
Well, thank you so much for those kind words, Matilda. Although, you wouldn't guess this was a good thing from the reactions we've gotten over here.
Oh, you mean over there as in Debbie's house? I understand she's kind of upset about it being a girl.
That's right. And to think that someone could really even care about that in this day and age. I'm being treated as if I chose the sex of the baby on purpose just to disappoint Debbie or something.
I've been thinking about that a lot recently. Are you sure that it's a good idea for you to both live in that house? I mean, it just seems like Debbie and them are being really mean to you and putting you through a lot.
It's true, though. I was worried when I first moved in here, but now I just regret doing it at all. But that's why John and I are coming up with a plan in secret to get out of this situation.
But won't that be really difficult for you while you're pregnant? Although even I've been thinking that it would be good to look for ways to put distance between Debbie and myself. And I know that if I had a kid on the way, I would want them to be in as safe an environment as possible.
Thank you so much for understanding, Matilda, but, this isn't even what I wanted to talk to you about in the first place.
Oh, right. Well, I guess we should just get into it then.
Well, I heard that you were going to be visiting next week, but whatever you do, don't come, okay?
Wait, what? I wasn't expecting this. Where is this all coming from?
Well, it's just, people are acting really strangely around here, so whatever you do, don't come.
I don't understand what you mean by that. I mean, isn't it just going to be our husband's family there? What do you mean they're acting weird? Weird how?
I mean, they've just not been acting like themselves, and what's worse, I think they're going to try and make you have a kid with some stranger.
What do you mean, some stranger? What does that even mean? I'm sorry, but I'm really not understanding what you're trying to tell me. But whatever it is, it really doesn't sound good at all.
I mean that you were going to be coming to stay with us next week, isn't that right?
Yeah, that is right. I was going to go over and maybe spend a couple nights.
Well, the thing is that I heard Debbie talking about setting up separate rooms for you and Max. And I think they're going to use that to bring in this strange guy.
But what in the world is going on over there? Don't they realize it's a crime?
I know, it's just terrible, but I really do think that they're up to something around here. The other night, I got up to use the bathroom and I heard John's parents talking to each other late at night. I almost thought I was dreaming because what they were saying was so crazy. But it was real, and that's really what they were talking about.
Now that you say that, Debbie was uncharacteristically nice to me when she invited us over the other day.
Well, I also heard from Debbie that you told her Max was having some fertility issues. Is that right?
Yeah, it is true, unfortunately. But we're still not giving up on having kids. And there's no way that not having kids would ever drive us apart anyways.
Of course not. You two married each other because you love each other. I feel the same way about John.
But then, what is Debbie's problem? Why is she acting like this? I don't get it. Doesn't she understand how ridiculous she's being? Although now I have to wonder about what she might have in store for me if even I say that I'm not going next week.
I know what you mean. At this point, it might be best to just cut her out of our lives entirely.
I know, but don't you worry that that would mean you would be the target of Debbie's ire? I mean, if Max and I tried to run away, then there's no way that she would ever let you and John go. Especially since you're pregnant. That just adds a whole new layer to worry about.
I know, but don't you get that you're in danger right now, Matilda?
It's okay. It might be a long shot, but I think I have a good idea of how we can all get out of this okay.
You have an idea of what to do about Debbie? But what is it?
Well, in order for this to work, I'll have to go to Debbie's house next week. But after that, she should stay out of our lives. Forever.
Hello there, Matilda. I really hope that you're not thinking of going to the police about this. I just hope you know that this won't go well for you if you do. And just think about what's going to happen to us. You'll completely ruin our family business.
And just why in the world do you think I should care about that?
Because you married into our family, you have duties to us.
And is that why you sicked some strange man on me while I was alone in my room? Thankfully, your sons and Rachel were there to stop anything terrible from happening. If I'd been all by myself, then who knows what would have happened. But I suppose that's how you pictured it when you planned this. I don't care if you are my mother-in-law. I don't have to take being treated like this.
But surely you see that I was doing all this for you, right? I mean, I was just so worried about you not having any children yet. And since I found out that you weren't the one with the fertility issues, I just figured that this would work.
What would work? That I would just carry some complete stranger's child to term with no questions asked?
Well, I just assumed that you would be asleep and that man could sneak into your room while you were asleep.
Yeah, I'm sure that you would have preferred it if I never noticed what was going on.
But I just thought that if you got pregnant, that it would bring you and Max closer together. I was only doing this for you and Max. Can't you see that?
And just how in the world was me having another man's baby supposed to bring Max and I closer together? This wasn't for either of us. This is all for you. You're the one who is most hung up on this baby issue. And when you found out that it was actually your son with the fertility issues, you just couldn't stand that, could you?
But you don't understand. We don't have someone to take on the family's mantle after Max and John.
Well, now you have no one to take on the mantle since neither John nor Max want anything to do with the family business at all anymore. And even if we did have a son, there's no way that we would let you decide what his life would be. Our child's future would be up to us as parents and our child themselves.
But that can't be! Our company has always had a male president. Max is going to take over, and then your future son was going to take over after Max.
Well, Max said that he doesn't want to work for a company that would do something like this just to find an heir. Not only that, but he knows all about how the company has been going into the red so that you and your husband could line your pockets. What's the point of working for a company that exploits their workers like you do?
Please, you can't do this to us. You're going to destroy all that our ancestors have worked for. At least hand over your child to me when he's born so that I can raise him.
Did you seriously just ask me that? You really think that I would ever do something like that? You really need to get a grip, lady! Because what you just attempted was a crime. You do realize that, don't you?
I know. It was bad, I know, but I promise that I'll never, ever say other things about having kids as long as you don't go to the cops about this.
I think I'll have to give that a thought after Rachel and John move out.
No! You have to promise me that you won't ever go to the police right now. If the cops get involved, then that means our family's name is going to be dragged through the mud. I need you to promise me right now, or else I'll never be able to sleep.
Well, if you're worried about protecting your reputation, then you should have never done this in the first place. Not only that, but Max and I are also going to cut you out of our lives. We don't want anything to do with you anymore.
What do you mean? You can't do that. I'm Max's mother. I'm your mother-in-law. You can't just cut us out so easily.
Oh, well, you don't need to worry about that, because it's already happened. In fact, Max has told the rest of your family about this.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean?
I mean that Max let everyone know what you were plotting to do, and asked them all to think very hard about associating with you in the future.
But then, that means that all our relatives already know about this.
That's right. We've told them everything that you were planning, and now they know what you tried to put me through.
You have to stop this, please! Tell them you were lying to me. Don't you realize the rumors that are going to be caused from this?
Rumors? Don't you mean the truth? Because that's all that I told them. I never said anything that wasn't true.
Please, you have to make this stop. I'm so sorry for everything. I'm sorry, okay? Just please, don't go to the police and tell my relatives that you were lying.
I'm not going to do that. You'll just have to learn how to live with the consequences of what you've done. I don't have anything to do with you anymore. And if you try to do anything to get back at me for this, I will not hesitate to drag you to court for this. After that, John and Rachel were able to safely move out of Debbie's house. They cut off John's parents and never, ever heard from them again. As for me, I still haven't filed a police report about this. But I did make Debbie and her husband swear to leave Rachel and John alone. I even got it in writing. I told them that if they ever broke their promises that I would drag them to court and sue them for their sick baby-making scheme. Then I told them to stay away from Max and I as well. It isn't that I didn't want to go to the police about this, but I understood that I had leverage and wanted to do whatever I could to make sure that Rachel and her baby were safe. A few months later, Max's family business finally went bankrupt under his father's management. There was even an article about how the company lacked any heir in the family willing to step up and try to fix the business's troubles. Last I heard, Max's parents had to sell their house and downsize their lives greatly. I heard later on, through the grapevine, that the two of them were not doing great. Even after downsizing their life and moving into their tiny apartment, their savings were not enough to take care of them for the rest of their lives. I heard that both of them are working again, Although because their company's reputation was tarnished, there wasn't a single serious job that would hire them. As a result, I've heard that they are both working multiple part-time jobs, barely making enough to cover their expenses. Finally, Max and I found out that I was pregnant. Of course, with Max's baby. I'm already several months pregnant, and we're excited to welcome our baby into a world where they won't be controlled by their cruel grandparents. We even told Rachel and John about this, and they were so excited to meet their new niece or nephew. Although I was also skeptical about Max's parents, I am so happy that my marriage to him has brought me closer to his brother and Rachel. It just goes to show you that family is more than a complex system of blood ties. It is about finding the people who make you feel safe and loved and never letting them go. Although there's no guarantee that something crazy won't ever happen in life again, I doubt it would ever be as ludicrous as what Max's parents tried to do to me. And as long as I can protect my family from anything like that happening to them, then I will have felt like I have succeeded as a wife and mother.
I'm going on a work trip next Saturday.
What? Next Saturday? But next week is Christmas.
There's nothing I can do. I have work. I guess going on a work trip during Christmas is part of being an adult.
Why can't you just try and change the date of the trip?
Huh? What are you saying? There's no way I can do that. You know this is my job, right?
I know, but this is our first Christmas since getting married. Didn't I tell you before how I was looking forward to spending it with you?
You said that?
I did, but maybe you weren't listening. And do you remember that my birthday isn't Christmas?
Oh, yeah. It sucks that your birthday and Christmas have to be on the same day.
It's not about that. So, you want to celebrate our first Christmas after getting married and my birthday separately? Since you've been working overtime a lot recently, it just feels like we haven't been spending much time together lately. Sometimes I wonder if getting married was the right decision.
You do? How come? Things should be fine. Being busy at work is a good thing.
Yeah, it is, but is this really about work?
Huh?
Before getting married, you rarely ever had to work overtime, and you never had to go on business trips. I've been wondering lately if you're truly that busy every day at work. So, I actually went to your office the other day.
What? When did this happen? You better not have said anything weird at my work.
I didn't say anything. Your office building's lights were off. You said that you were working overtime, so that confused me. It seemed like no one was there doing overtime work.
You know staying at the company isn't the only form of overtime work. I have to go out to dinner and hang out with my coworkers. Because of this, of course we have to leave the office from time to time.
You count that as working overtime?
Of course. Don't make things complicated. Regardless, my work trip has already been decided. So stop nagging me about it.
Why do you have to go on a business trip? Can't you get someone to take your place?
There's no way I can do that. I can't be so irresponsible. My status in the company is getting higher, so I have more responsibility now. That's, of course, why I have to work overtime more often now, and go on business trips more frequently. So you have no right to complain.
I wasn't meaning to complain.
Well, this is how it is. I'll be working late tonight, so take care of things at home.
Huh? Today too? Okay, that's fine. But try not to work too late.
Julie, there's something that I was meaning to give you during the holidays. I received a lot of gifts. So, can I go over to give them to you?
Thank you so much. I feel bad for you having to come all the way over there, so I'll go to you. What time works best for you?
Is that okay? If it's okay with you, why don't you come over when Jason has time? He's free on weekends, right?
Actually, Jason will be going on a business trip this weekend. He's been pretty busy lately, so I can just go over alone to pick up the gifts.
What? A business trip? But next week is Christmas, and isn't it your birthday?
Thank you for remembering. Yeah, it is, but it seems like he has to go on a business trip. It's his work, so nothing can be done about it.
If it was work. But hopefully he can make up for it before and after the trip. I'm sorry about my son.
You don't have to apologize. And it's his work, so I totally understand there's nothing that can be done about the situation. Don't worry about it.
I can't believe he's leaving you alone even with all the snow lately. And you're not used to this sort of climate. Are you okay with removing all the snow and driving through the snow?
I think it's fine since there's road heating in front of our house. I'm still practicing my driving.
Okay, I'm a little worried about you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. Bye!
Of course, I'm looking forward to it as well. Thank you for messaging me. A few days later. About your business trip tomorrow. Is it really a business trip?
What? You're bringing this up again? How many times do you need to get an answer until you're satisfied? Can you get yourself together?
You're the one who should get it together.
Huh?
I already know that it's not actually a business trip. I met with your coworker, Mr. Smith, and asked about it.
You asked Mr. Smith? Are you for real? Why would you do that?
He told me everything. He said that work has been slow lately, so everyone leaves the office on time. He also said there's no way that you would be going on a business trip.
I hope you didn't say anything you shouldn't have.
All I did was ask if you were actually going on a business trip. He probably doesn't know that you've been lying to me.
That's a relief. Now, don't say anything stupid. It'd be embarrassing if anyone from work found out.
So that means you're doing something shameful. Where have you been going and with whom?
You're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. I'm going with a friend on a relaxing vacation. Is that what you wanted to hear?
You're going on a vacation with your friend on my birthday? Is this friend a girl?
Why should gender matter? We couldn't line up our schedule on another date, so it had to be that day.
The fact that you thought you were free that day is ridiculous. It's your wife's birthday.
You're already past 30, so don't worry so much about birthdays.
Don't go.
Huh?
You need to rethink things.
You really need to get yourself sorted out. How am I supposed to cancel the day before? Stop saying stupid stuff and messing around. Why don't you try being good at home? I'll be getting home late, so sleep on your own. Bye.
Please come home ASAP. We need to talk about this. The following day.
Even though I came home late and tired yesterday, you were super loud. You need to reevaluate your behavior. Have fun with your birthday. Be careful not to freeze.
What are you talking about?
I'm off to the resort. See ya. I'm going to have fun. Have fun these next few cold nights.
What do you mean cold nights?
I'll be gone tomorrow, so stay put. I'm gonna go have fun at the resort.
A resort? Sounds impressive. I'm so tired of you. Just do whatever you want.
I'll be visiting your house now, Beth. I'm heading over by car. The snow is really bad, so I took a quick break at the gas station. Things seem to be getting better, so I'll head over now. I'm sorry for running late. Hey, Beth, where are you now? Your husband says he doesn't know where you went. Were you not planning on meeting for today? I apologize if I was mistaken.
What the heck is going on?
Huh? What?
Why would you do this? Hey, what the? My mom is freezing to death. Why did my mom go to the storage room? Call an ambulance now.
This is all your fault.
What?
So this is how it is. I just called an ambulance. Your father and I will head over there now.
Huh? You're with my dad? Why are you with him? What's going on? And what happened to my mom? This is not good.
Stop playing stupid games.
Huh?
You were planning on trapping me in the storage room, weren't you? I get it now.
Yeah, so why is my mom in there?
You wanted me to get trapped in the storage room while you go to a resort with some girl. You're a piece of trash. You're the one who got your mom trapped.
Yeah, but why?
How should I know? I was planning on meeting with your mom. I was just heading over to her house, so I have no idea what happened. But your mom probably knew that since I'm not used to driving in the snow, maybe she tried coming to me.
But then why is she in the storage room?
I don't know, but why does that matter? Do you understand what you've done? You went on vacation to cheat on me and come home to find that your mother is freezing in the storage room. And now you're upset at the fact that it wasn't me? I really wish this was a joke. Your father and I have been looking for your mother since yesterday.
What? Since yesterday?
Of course. Why wouldn't we? I wasn't able to meet her even though we had agreed upon doing so. And your father said that he had no idea where your mother went. We were about to ask the police to search for her.
You're lying. This can't be true.
It's obviously true.
I'd mistaken her for you.
Oh, so you'd be fine with me getting frostbite.
No, I never expected it to last this long. I expected that you would find a way out. I didn't want you to complain about me leaving. So I was gonna trap you for a little bit of time.
Only a little bit, huh? It makes me sick that you openly admit that your original plan was to trap me. You don't care about my well-being whatsoever. You should have just straight up told me you wanted a divorce.
Huh? But I wasn't thinking about divorce.
Are you kidding me?
It's my fault for cheating on you, but it was just for fun. I never planned on divorcing you.
You leave your wife alone on her birthday to go on vacation with some other girl? And yet you say that you had no intentions of getting a divorce. Stop messing around. In reality, you actively tried putting me in danger by trapping me in the storage room.
I'm telling you, that's not what I intended. I just wanted to play a little prank on you, okay?
That's not okay, you piece of trash. I don't want to hear it anymore. And don't come to the hospital.
But
Your dad is really mad at you.
can I go to the hospital too? Is Mom okay? Is Dad still mad?
Do not come to the hospital. If you come, you'll be punched by your dad.
Why is he so mad?
Isn't it obvious? His son sent his own mother to the hospital.
But I'm telling you I didn't mean to.
Your mother barely made it.
What a relief. I was so on edge thinking that something had happened to her. Now things can get back to normal. Let's make peace.
Huh? You're joking, right?
What?
Your mom is totally mad and saying that she wants to break off ties with you.
Huh? Break off ties?
And I want a divorce. I've already told your parents.
A divorce? Are you being serious right now?
Obviously! Think about what you've done! I caught you cheating, and now we're getting divorced. You'll have to pay for the damages. After all, you knowingly took a risk to do this.
No, I didn't. I didn't even think too hard about what I was doing. Breaking off ties, getting a divorce. Please, just stop all this. I just wanted to have a little fun.
Your version of having a little fun is trapping people in storage rooms? You're sick.
No! Julie, you love me, right? Divorce isn't realistic.
You've become the person I hate most in this world. I hate you even more than those bullies from middle school. I don't want to see your face anymore. I'm leaving you. Your mom doesn't want to see you anymore either. Do you understand that you've lost your whole family now?
Did I really do something that bad?
How have you not realized? The price you pay for your little fun is pretty big, huh? After that, Julie completely ignored Jason. Jason went to the hospital and begged his family for forgiveness. But his parents didn't buy it, and the divorce became final. They announced that they would be disowning him. He was forced to pay the damages, and his partner and his love affair left him. All that was left for him was debt and an empty house. The consequences of his fun little cheating vacation were too big for him to handle.